I sewed it myself. So my passion, my hobby is Colorado powder forecast. It's getting you guys into the snow. How much snow fell at Wolf Creek this week? You could all be weathermen. That's really good. 51. Are we going? Are we going? Are we going? There we are. 51 inches of snow. 51 inches of snow, and many other places got about 36 inches. So my hobby is to figure out when we should call in sick to go get some of that goodness. Any fans? Is this good? Yep. All right. So what should we call in sick? Every day you can, quite obviously, because no day on snow is ever worse than the day there. You're unemployed. Well, keep going skiing. So why should you trust me? Because I am a stylish meteorologist who has loved snow since I was skiing, and that was since age 4. Now, you might think, that's okay, but why should you be wary of other meteorologists? Well, I'll tell you. Because they get unreasonably excited about rain. So with that said, trust me to take you through the next 15 slides and get to your powder day. Here we go. So here's how we're going to start. Do you start planning your sick day at the beginning of the season, a week ahead, a couple days, just one day? Let's figure this out so you have a plan to leave here with. So let's think about the beginning of the season. What should you do when you make long-range plans? I don't think it involves weather. I think the only 2 long-range plans you should make are marriage and having children. Okay? Weather is not a long-range plan. I never ski the 300 supposed inches. I ski, 12 or 18 or whatever falls. But some people try. So Klaus Walter, a leading climatologist here in Boulder, he does great work. Back in 2007, he said on November 13th, it's going to be below average season for Vail, and he's not buying a season pass or even a 4-pack. Yes, you guessed it. 3 weeks later, yep, that's my friend Megan skiing waist-deep powder in the back bowls of Vail. But you know what? Everybody deserves a second chance. So just about a week ago, Klaus again was in the news in Westward, and he said that it was going to be a below average snow year, and they don't hold out much hope for snow in the next 2 months. What do you think happened 6 days later? A lot of people had a really, really good sick day, especially in Crested Butte. And that 18 inches was just in 24 hours. They wound up with about 3 feet or so out of the storm. So, okay, long-range planning, not the time to start thinking about your sick day. Instead, what we're going to think about from a long-range planning perspective is babies and marriage. Hopefully that lasts for a long term. All right, so we're going to fast forward, jump over everything. Now we're going to go a week ahead of time. You say, oh, I don't know. Those weather people, they don't know what they're talking about. How can we do it a week ahead? Well, I did a little experiment. Last year, I forecasted 168 days in the winter in an email forecast to a bunch of friends and their friends. And out of those 168 days, I got half of them correct. So there's something to the old adage that 50% of the time the weathermen are correct. But nobody can beat me, or so they claim. So I say a week ahead of time is a good time to start thinking about rescheduling the meetings. All right? You can always come back from there. You can always put the meetings back, but it's a good time to start thinking about it. Now, a couple days ahead, here's your weather lesson for the day. Anybody that knows me knows there's always a weather lesson. Orographics. When moist air hits a mountain, it goes up. It cools, condenses, snow falls. That is awesome. That's what we want. A couple days ahead of time, we can figure out what the wind direction is going to be, and due to this very colorful map with lots of fun arrows that looks like it was made by a 3rd grader, we can figure out where it's going to snow heavily. So I would say a couple days out, if the wind looks good, if the orographics look good, I think you're going to start wanting to cough at work. All right? Now, I don't mean any of those type of cough. I mean like the guttural, like get in there type of cough, all right? There you go. Very good. Right down here in the front. So now we're a day before the snow, the possible sick day. And what are we going to do? You can look at National Weather Service watches or warnings. You can go to Colorado Powder Forecast, which is my website and my hobby to help everybody get their sick day. Call your friends to organize. And don't forget, when you go to work, it's all about emergency, all right? Dump that shit in there, all right? I mean, you want that glass overflowing, spill some, leave the wrappers around, whatever it takes, all right? Because the next day is gonna be your powder day, and there's nothing better than spending a weekday with nobody else but your friends and deep snow. So let me leave you with this. Here's your bonus for coming tonight. Check the website tomorrow because I think I'm going to be talking about having a case of the Mondays, if you know what I mean. And I'm serious about that. Monday looks really good for Vail, Steamboat, Aspen, and Beaver Creek. You might want to think about coughing tomorrow. My name is Joel Gratz. Thank you very much. Enjoy Ignite.